Today I am going to discuss olfactory receptor activation and abnormality or smell disorders. Olfactory receptors. Olfactory receptor, also called smell receptor, are protein in nature capable of binding odor molecule that play a central role in the sense of smell, which is called olfaction. In human, the receptors are located on olfactory receptor cells. What is an olfactory receptor? An olfactory receptor is a G protein coupled receptor to detect odorant in order to generate the sense of smell. To distinguish different odorant, each olfactory sensory neuron express only one type of odorant receptor. Activation of an odorant receptor evokes action potential in the olfactory sensory neuron, which relay information to the olfactory bulb in the brain and then to the higher centers. Olfactory receptor activation. When an odorant binds to an olfactory receptor, it activates the G protein cascade, leading to activation of adenyl cyclase. Adenyl cyclase is a membrane-bound enzyme that catalyzes the conversion of ATP to cyclic AMP by the GTP-coupled alpha subunit. Activation of the adenyl cyclase increase production of cyclic AMP, which act as a second messenger that opens a cyclic nucleotide gated ion CNC cyclic nucleotide gated ion channels. The open CNG bring influx of calcium. The influx of calcium not only slightly depolarize the cell but also open a calcium activated chloride channel, leading to efflux of chloride and thus further depolarize the overall, result in the triggering of an action potential. Here you can see that this is a G coupling protein. It has three portions. One portion is in the extracellular portion. This is the receptor portion to which odorant or any other ligand is attached. A transmembrane membrane portion and intracellular portion are portion in the cytoplasm, which contain alpha, beta and gamma subunit. When the odorant attached to the surface portion of the G protein, it activates interior of the here portion, which is consists of alpha, beta and gamma subunit. The alpha G protein subunit is attached and GPT is attached to it. This coupled protein then act on the adenyl cyclase and activate this adenyl cyclase. When adenyl cyclase is activated, it produces cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP is a second messenger. First messenger is odorant, which attached to the G protein receptor, and here inside the cell, second messenger is produced. This second messenger act on the ionic gate, calcium gate, and open the calcium gate, due to which calcium influx occurs from the extracellular space into the intracellular space, and this causes a little polarization of the membrane potential. This calcium then activates chloride and other ionic channel present on the cell membrane and activate that channel, and opening of this channel causes efflux of the chloride from outside of the cell, and you can see that the chloride is negatively charged, so inside the cell the positivity increase, and in this way action potential is produced. So this is the mechanism by which the olfactory receptor protein activation occurs. Transmission of smell signals to the central nervous system. We know that these olfactory receptors then send these information to the olfactory bulb. From olfactory bulb, the signals are sent to the frontal cortex or temporal cortex, which is part of the frontal cortex and which contain hypothalamus. In hypothalamus we have amygdala, and amygdala is responsible for motivation and emotional aspect of the smell, and signals are also sent to other nucleus, which is called hippocampus, and which is responsible for the memory of the smell. Olfactory threshold and discrimination. Olfactory receptor responds only to substance in contact with olfactory epithelium and need to be dissolved in the mucus. Here, contact is important or necessary and dissolution in the mucus is required. So, without contact or dissolution in the mucus, the smell cannot be sensed. Methyl mercaptan, one of the substances in the garlic, can be smelled at very low concentration, showing that remarkable sensitivity of olfactory receptor. Human can recognize more than 10,000 different odors. However, determination of intensity of odor is poor. Role of pan fiber in nose. Many trigeminal pan fiber are found in olfactory membrane. They are stimulated by smell, very bad like a cigarette smoke. It causes irritation of these receptors and they may either cause sneezing, lacrimation and other reflex response. So pan receptors are also present in the olfactory membrane. Smell disorder. When sense of smell goes astray. Important of smell disorder. Impact of smell disorder. Smell disorder affect 19% of population over the age of 20 and 25% of the population over 53. A smell loss from aging alone is considered 1 out of 8 people between 53 and 91 will be affected over a 5-year period. A detrimental effect of smell loss on flavor of food could significantly impact elderly people where diet and nutrition are already often a concern. Abnormality of smell. Anosmia. Absence of sense of smell. The loss of smell is complete. In anosmia, there is complete loss of smell. Hypoosmia. Diminished olfactory sensitivity or partial loss. In this case, hypoosmia, there is partial loss. Dysosmia. Distorted sense of smell. The distortion or either experience is odor smelling dramatically different from what was remembered per osmia or smelling an odor that isn't present, metosmia. So this was all about the activation and abnormality of the smell. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.